Everything in the market is about to change, exactly as we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks.
There's a bill in DC that needs to get passed, hopefully in the next 6 weeks. If that does, I think that'll give crypto a real jolt to the upside.
With legislation about to be passed, upside potential coming to its highest point, and Bitcoin at a very important break chance. This is a critical moment for the entire crypto market. And well, even Larry Fink seems to think Bitcoin is heading to $700,000. So what do we need to be aware of? What are the charts telling us right now? And is this Q4 really going to play out exactly as people predicted? I'm going to break down all the latest charts. We're going to take a look at exactly what stablecoins are doing. And more importantly, we're going to be taking a look at that big announcement coming very soon from the Federal Reserve. Smash up that like button to a brand new all-time high, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So as you know, Bitcoin is continuing its upside momentum, heading into the fourth day of printing green candles. This comes at a very important point, looking to break the downward sloping trend line to the upside. Could signal the move we've all been waiting for. Bitcoin potentially even heading back up to that 116 level. But why are we seeing the move in the market? Well, we know Larry Fink has been talking about Bitcoin, saying no one should be surprised if it hits $170,000. This while at the same time, Mike Novogratz has gone very bullish on the potential of this big Q4 move in crypto.
I don't think anything fundamentally has changed in the crypto story. Our government continues to spend way more money than they should. And I think as long as the debasement of fiat currencies goes on, crypto is going to be seen and Bitcoin's going to be seen. But, you know, we're in a rangy, softer range right now. And I don't see what changes that. There's a bill in DC that needs to get passed, hopefully in the next 6 weeks. If that does, I think that'll give crypto a real jolt to the upside. That, and as we get closer, you know, every day we wake up is one day closer to the Fed governor transition. And, you know, my base case is still we get a much more dovish, malleable Fed governor than we've had in the past.
And all the factors starting to play in as global liquidity continues to rise. And the bottoming that came in at the early part of 2025 could signal a further move to the upside. Look at these treasury companies that we've been talking about. 122 now hold Bitcoin for the US, with Canada having around 43, UK with 22, Japan and Hong Kong bringing up with 15 and 13. Means there is an insatiable demand for institutional buying, and they continue to buy Bitcoin at record levels. This is while at the same time the SEC continues to work and continues to bring the stablecoin market to the forefront. In fact, the SEC mentions of stablecoins is 5 times higher than it was in 2023. Why is this important? Well, we know that stablecoins will drive the market, and fundamentally people that come into the crypto space come in through stablecoins. They then decide whether they're going to go into Bitcoin, altcoins, and many others. The view is that this is simply what major adoption does look like. And all you have to do is look at, well, what Visa are doing, for example, blockchain-based credit markets. Visa absolutely looking to get into the traditional finance space and bringing both lending and everything else into the crypto space. Stablecoins beyond payments. Now, again, if Visa, MasterCard, and everyone else goes on chain, this could see over $670 billion in stablecoin denowned loans with a significant year-on-year growth. And then when you start to look at where we are in this crypto market cycle, this is exactly what bull market hype begins to look like. Institutions have positioned themselves, as we've seen over the course of the last 6 months, and now it's about adoption, retail, and everyday use of this market. We can see this in the fact that, well, the bull market is definitely not cancelled yet. Bitcoin has never, ever topped in October. Now, as much as we were talking about the potential, this was only going to be a part of the market movement as we saw those 1,064 days that we generally see in Bitcoin cycles. But as we've been discussing, sometimes these markets go on a little bit more. And certainly when you look at that ISM data, you believe 2026 could be the Bitcoin top. When you look at central banks continuing to buy huge amounts of gold, for example, 830 tons in 2025, this is a significant increase. And now we're starting to see the rotation. Once again, gold is down while the crypto market seems to continue to the upside. And this is while at the same time we're seeing massive accumulation yet again of Bitcoin. And this isn't exchanges trying to pump the price. These are entities that want to be in before the market, in my opinion, goes parabolic. $356 million worth of Bitcoin bought just today by one single entity shows the absolute demand. And I guess, well, why? This is a big week for us in the crypto market. We know that President Trump is heading over on his Asia tour and will meet with President Xi, which at the same time, by the way, There are rumors right now that China is planning to unban Bitcoin and crypto by the end of 2025. This could even be a talking point as the Trump administration heads over there. We know Scott Bessent has already been there, but this is a pivotal moment. The rare earth minerals deal, and more importantly, what does that tariff look like, could signal a massive surge in the market, while at the same time, the day after, we potentially get a massive rate cut coming out of the FOMC as well. So everything feels like it's lining up exactly that we've been talking about here on the channel. And many people, unfortunately, will have FOMO'd out of this market, got scared and sold everything on that massive liquidation event, but not the smart money. You guys held strong, and I think you're about to be rewarded pretty significantly over the course of the next couple of weeks. So stay close to it. As always, we're going to be bringing you the latest that's going on in the market, but liquidity is on the move up. There is a definite trade deal coming between China and US, and more importantly, Q4, and everyone thinks Bitcoin is about to go parabolic. Smash up the like button if you agree that's going to be the same, and more importantly, drop in the comments, what do you think the trade deal looks like in China? Yes, a good deal, or no, do you think it's going to be a bad one for the US? And as always, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget, grab that channel membership, click that join button, you're going to get access to our premium Discord, as everything else. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.